All right, everybody, and we are back in the Subterranean Studios. I'm here, lonely in the Subterranean Studio. We have Brandon, we have Joey. Tori was a little bitch. He claims that he ain't no bitch, but this begs to differ. But we do have a guest, the Thunder from Down Under, Tyler. He's going to join us for a little bit of commentary. And we're just gonna have fun with this, man. There's a lot of shit going on this week. We got some sports news. We got deaths in the entertainment industry. I mean, we're gonna lay it on you. So, guys, how was your week? Anything new?
Mine was pretty messed up. Like I don't know. Like it just all kind of got away from me, and then like it started off, decent, and then the next thing I know, it's Friday, and I'm like, oh well.
It was probably because I picked on your fingernails last week, and like you were just all beside yourself.
All I could think about all week was my fingernails.
Good subject.
So, yeah, I think it's different. We're like trying to open up things now. I think that like most places are trying to open things up, and I'm like, I hope we do that the right way. You know what I mean? Because I can't stand another like 4 months of this shit. So, like, I would rather us just, like, stay in quarantine for another week or two and like, make sure that it's good rather than open up early and then everything go to shit and then we have to do this for another, like, 4 months.
It's never going to be good.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to just go away.
Yeah, I know, but...
You can still do stuff. You just have to be smart about it.
Oh, yeah, you can go see a 20-foot fucking tea kettle like you and put everybody at risk.
Okay. There was nobody around. We literally interacted with 0 people.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Need to go fishing. That's what I've been doing.
This is essential. At least Joey's trying to catch food. You're just like gallivanting around Bedford looking at tea kettles.
So that's what we need to do. We just need to go visit the biggest ball of yarn, things like that, the places that nobody goes to.
Roadside attractions, things you don't even have to get out of your car. You can just look at them.
You don't have to try to defend him, Tyler.
I think it's the second time we talked about that tea kettle. We need to get them to sponsor us.
We need to get the biggest ball of yarn to sponsor us. I don't think their pockets are very deep.
Hey, I mean, what we asked for, like, what, 4 beers, 3 beers before
each. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. We did. Our last podcast, we were asking for like 3 beers. We were asking literally for half.
We don't ask for much.
Like, we're terrible marketers. Like, so I don't know. Let's get started here. So Tom Brady, arguably one of the most hated quarterbacks in all of the NFL, and arguably one of the most best quarterbacks in the NFL, goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which we covered last episode. And that wasn't exactly on my radar for places he was going to go. Tori, on the other hand, claimed that he knew it all along. I don't know about that. But so on top of that, then we have Gronk come out of retirement, and he's buddy with Tom Brady. So now they're together, and Gronk ends up letting it slip that apparently he's had the playbook for a month before he was even signed.
Oh, jeez.
And he was still signed to the Patriots at that point. So I know, Tyler, this was like one of those things where you did a lot of research. You wanted to take a deep dive into this, and I feel like you would be the best in leading this and kind of being the captain of this journey right now.
All right. Well, let me start by saying I'm a huge Steelers fan, so I hate Tom Brady. That said, when he got traded to Tampa Bay, I was nervous about it. I hated it, but skip a week later, and I started thinking, okay, this coronavirus has everybody on lockdown, right? So he has to install his own verbiage or learn new verbiage, right? So he's basically a rookie quarterback coming into a new training camp, and he can't talk with anybody. He can't share playbooks. He can't share verbiage. And then the news comes out that he broke into the wrong house, right? I don't know if you guys talked about that already.
I've heard about it.
I didn't hear about this. I didn't hear. This is all news to me. This is great, though. Tom Brady.
All right. Well, he tried.
House. I love it. Keep it going.
All right. Do you guys remember Byron Leftwich?
Yes, I do.
Remember Byron Leftwich.
Yeah. Well, he's the He's the offensive coordinator or QB coach for the Buccaneers now. And
Good for
Tom
him.
Brady tried to visit him, got the address a little bit wrong, and walked into his neighbor's house, sat down, and it became a big story. And it was all funny. And, we need something sports, right? So this was a big story. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, okay, Brady's going to – okay, they had 6 E60 documentaries on them in New England, right? Brady's going to do what he needs to do, and he's going to cheat, and he's going to get the playbooks, and he's going to talk to everybody. So at first my hot take was Brady is a bust for fantasy, right? Like
Okay.
he's going to be a little bit higher than people would think, but I don't know. With the coronavirus, he's not going to be able to really install his playbook. So I would not draft him as high as he's going. But, Gronk's there. Who knows? I'm saying, all right, here's my hot take. Fuck Brady, fuck Gronk, fuck the Buccaneers, and don't draft them. How's that?
I think I don't know. I think that as much as I hate Brady, and I'm the same. I'm a Steelers fan, and I can't stand Brady, but I think that him being a vet and everything, I think he's going to pull strings. I think he's going. I think he's
Okay.
going to be a decent quarterback for them.
Yeah,
and
I think
especially with the
Vet or
receiving
senior
quarterback.
citizen? He's 40, what, 2?
Well, look at Peyton Manning.
what's that matter? Yeah, Brett Favre.
Love him or hate him, you can never count him out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's the case. But like, I would love to see the downfall of Tom Brady after he moved to Tampa Bay and brought Gronk out of retirement. Like, wishful thinking is
Oh,
that
yeah.
he
I'd
blows
rather
out an
see-
ACL first game.
and
I'd
You guys
rather see
Gronk
the
breaks his
downfall of
arm
the
again or
Patriots.
something.
Like, so
I'm more
all for
anti-Patriots
that.
than I am anti-Brady.
I think
Right, yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
mind. I don't mind Brady.
I'd rather
I don't
see
like the Patriots.
tank it and then Brady excel, because then that would make
But-
Brady look better over Belichick.
I don't know. I'm talking of fantasy and whatnot. Like, I was listening to so I talked to a podcast and I listened to them, and they're called the Everything Goes podcast, and I talk to them online and stuff, and we share ideas and whatnot. So they're pretty decent dudes, and they get these like kind of like they get guys that have been in the NFL before, and they do the best interviews they can with them. And they brought up this guy that was a tight end for the Saints for a while, and he was saying they asked him about the whole how important is it for these training camps and these practices and two-a-days and things like that are going on. And the guy and he was saying, as far as that goes, like, it might be decent. What it's going to do is really affect the rookies.
Yeah.
Because the rookies don't know the payload that they're getting into. They don't know the system that they're getting into. They don't know anything of this. So when you're looking at a guy like what's that, Murray or whatever that they that the Bengals, what the hell's his name?
Joe Burrow?
Yeah, Burrow. That drafted from the Murray, whatever, that was drafted from the for the Bengals. Like, I would
the
be
number
really,
1 overall pick in the NFL draft.
Yeah, whatever.
What's his
That
name?
guy.
I don't really pay a lot of attention to it, like the NFL stuff anymore. So like I feel
Okay.
you're there.
I mean, my thing is, like, I think that when I'd be looking at a fantasy thing, like, I would be more concerned with someone like him that came from a college, doesn't
Absolutely,
know the workload, doesn't know the travel, doesn't know all the things that go along with being an NFL player. And so when it comes to Brady, like, God, yes, I hope he like just loses it on the field. I hope he diarrheas on the field, and everybody laughs and points at him, and then he quits out of sheer embarrassment.
no way.
So,
Tampa's winning the Super Bowl this year.
Like, absolutely.
Okay.
I wouldn't
but-
mind.
Avoid Brady and Gronk. Gronk hasn't been in the league. He lost 20 pounds. Avoid it all. Hot take here. You can lambaste me when they win the Super Bowl.
I was saying that too. I was like, listen, like the one guy was saying, whoa, he is Gronk. And I'm like, dude, Gronk looks like he came out of like a halfway house.
Yeah, that's what he looked like I
does.
said.
He looks like he's getting out of the methadone clinic. If you know
lost,
Gronk
like,
from
30
before,
pounds of
you know
muscle.
what I mean? Like, so I would not be as high on Gronk, definitely. But like, okay, so obviously I'm not exactly the most structured person to be able to, pick apart the draft. But Tyler, did you see anything in that draft that was like, hey, this is a head turning thing. This is something that was really big.
I did. Hilaire, drafted by the Chiefs. I think they drafted him late in the first round. Charles Edward Hilaire. I can't remember. It's 3 names, something like that. Hilaire from LSU, running back from LSU. The guy can jump 12 feet laterally. He's amazing. Mark it down. That guy's going to be a stud this year.
Why do you need to jump 12 feet laterally?
Dude, that's a secret move. That's a special
All right.
move.
I guess so, yeah.
All right, so you got one hole.
Jump through some people.
You got one hole and you got 2 defenders in it. You jump 12 feet into another hole, and they're like, where'd he go?
Oh, it's like a sidestep thing. I got you. Okay.
So he starts off being right guard, and he ends out being left guard.
You think the Chiefs are going to be the new Patriots?
No.
Or you think anyone can ever duplicate that?
What the Patriots did? No.
Yeah.
I mean,
With
nobody can
Belichick
cheat
and
near as
Brady.
hard, I think.
No, listen, Alex, you said it. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Dude, yeah,
So-
I stand by that. I stand by 100%.
So
If you
here's the
cheat,
deal,
you
like,
ain't
I'll-
trying.
I'll
Like,
forgive everything that the Patriots have done because like it was exciting. It was amazing to see them dominate, I guess, for this long, even though it was terrible. Like on our side, being fans of teams that are in the same division.
It's like
they
I know
spoiled
you
a lot
guys,
of our chances to do well, but
I know you guys aren't exactly like the wrestling fans or whatever, but I'm like a big wrestling WWE AEW fan, and like the Patriots are like the quintessential heel of the of the you got the heels and you got the baby faces in wrestling, and they are the quintessential heel of the NFL. Like
I really see them as more as like the John Cena's that
the John
I don't know.
Cena's wearing headbands on their fucking
Yeah.
arms.
like where they're
Yeah.
like
People
you just
hate
need
them,
them
but
to
that's what
lose,
makes sports
and
good.
it's scripted to make them win.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. I like that hot
Yeah.
take.
I like that a lot.
That was like my dad used to say that all the time whenever the Steelers would lose, that the NFL scripted and everybody snapped the Steelers, and I was like, kidding me? Like the Steelers have been irrelevant, if not like a top team, a very good team since their inception.
Are you
No
kidding
team
me?
has more Super Bowls.
Apparently, like
apparently
the
you weren't
90s
a
or whatever.
fan. Apparently, you weren't a fan through like Tommy Maddox and
No, I
Cordell
wasn't.
Stewart because
No, I
like,
wasn't.
those were rough times, dude. Cordell Stewart and Tommy Maddox were like
listen.
It was like dive head first into
Yeah.
the claw end of a hammer kind of times.
That's actually no. You know what? That's actually like around the time that I made my transition away from Pittsburgh. Actually, so.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
When did Bet come around? I think it was 7th grade.
I know that Terrell Suggs. I'm pretty sure it was Terrell Suggs. Freaking destroyed Tommy Maddox and broke his ribs, and that's why Ben came in.
Well, did you hear whenever Tommy Maddox blew that game? Like literally, like
I think
I can't remember when this was, but it was like a little bit before I went to college and ended up going out to Pittsburgh and living out there for a while. But they were saying that like Tommy Maddox couldn't even live in the city of Pittsburgh because like he was getting death threats on the daily, and his kids were getting like harassed at school because their dad was such a piece of shit quarterback.
Didn't he go to the XFL after that too?
And he was the MVP of the first season of the XFL.
No,
Are
really.
you serious?
Yes.
Everybody talks shit on Tommy Maddox, man. He wasn't a bad guy.
He was a first round pick, maybe first overall. Don't quote me on that, but he was a good player.
Okay, so
Like-
what do we think? What are we thinking about Mason then? His backup, did the Steelers make a bad choice?
The
and not
next
pick him up?
Maddox.
No, he's worse than Maddox.
Well, I don't have high hopes for Maddox.
Time will
Not
tell.
high
He's
hopes,
still-
but
he's
I don't
young.
think he was very good.
Give him time. I'd like
Mason-
to see him mess up a lot more, but
No.
Okay, but would you pay like 1.1 for Andy Dalton over Mason Rudolph,
yes.
who has a
Yes.
3-12 record against the Steelers?
I don't think
Of
so.
course, but Andy Dalton isn't getting 1.1. He's getting more like at a 0.
Well, yeah, he got
here's-
released.
Andy Dalton
Here's my
wasn't the
thing.
problem. I'm going to stand by Andy Dalton wasn't the problem in Cincinnati.
Dude,
Ben has,
gingers
what,
are
2-3
always
years
the
left?
problem.
You say,
Ben
I
has
say,
They have
geez,
no
yeah,
soul.
geez.
He
You go
had no
all in on
soul,
Ben right
so
now.
so the offense would not follow him.
I guess.
That's what happened.
I agree with Joey. All in on Ben. 2 more years. Let's do it.
Yeah. There's no no reason to get a high class backup. All in on Ben. Save your money for other positions. If he gets hurt, he gets hurt.
Yeah, but
Don't waste money and cap space on a backup because if you get a backup, chances are you're not going to get it anyway.
Yeah, but there's plenty of. Here's the thing, though, and I think this is what a lot of people are pissed off about, is that, a lot of the times what happens, and right now, is these teams are getting into this like a five and done kind of quarterback thing, where what they're doing is they're getting them for 5 years, they're keeping them on a rookie deal for 5 years, so they pay them like next to nothing, and then they get rid of them and they get a new first round draft quarterback. So like, there's plenty of decent quarterbacks that are floating around right now for
Andy Dalton.
If they were
really
worth
low
it,
money.
if they were worth it, they'd keep them though.
Yeah, but
Like Ben, Brady, Russell, Rodgers, Breeze.
I know everybody was saying about like Jameson Winston or whatever, and how like he was they were all pissed off that we wouldn't get away from
He's not the answer.
Jameson Winston over him. And it's like, you can sit there and you can say that the stats are awful with, like the whole, we had 30 interceptions. It's like, there's going to be tip balls. There's going to be bad things on the receivers. But when you're throwing 30 interceptions, like, that's bad.
Well, we find out that Jameis Winston was like legally blind though.
Yeah, he just got LASIK eye surgery. Now
NFL,
he can see. Dude, he can see license plates now.
He's an NFL caliber quarterback and he's blind.
He's got them bionic eyes now. He's got
all pro level now.
I'd love to see him tear up, dude. That'd be great.
Here's another cool stat. Jameis Winston has more completions to Saints players than Taysom Hill does, who is the backup Saints quarterback.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Dude, that's impressive. I don't know. I think that I think overall it's definitely it's gonna be a weird season, one way or the other. I think all sports right now are gonna be weird. If they bring back NBA, it's gonna be strange. I mean, Joey, you were talking about NASCAR starting back up and having
May 17th.
two races a week, and it's like like we were saying, the logistics of getting those cars moved around from state to state and different speedways and across the country is insane.
They did help them out a lot there. Like there's 7 races in 11 days between the 3 series. The top series, the most popular NASCAR Cup. I think there's 4 in 11 days.
Yeah.
But I think it's only between 2 tracks. Like they're racing twice at each track.
Yeah.
So it won't be as bad as originally thought. Still a lot of work.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and I think like, are you drinking a Four Loko? You fucking like.
Who?
It's not that good.
Dude, you need a wife beater on. I love it. We got Tyler with his like his Clorox bleach koozie over here wrapped around his beer can. We got Joey drinking a Four Loko, and I got this Tecate Mexican beer. So like, this is what we're rolling with right now.
Did you buy more of it, or do you still have some left from whenever you bought it earlier?
No, I've been drinking. Well, it's not much better because I've been drinking Milwaukee's Best Ice, because it's bang for my buck situation. You know what I mean? Like 5.9% alcohol for like $16 for a 30 pack. Like, yes, please.
Alex, are you gonna go try to buy that glittery wine from our local place that you saw? My wife put that picture on Facebook.
Oh, that's stylish, dude. Like, I like that. Yeah. But like, here's the thing. Like, if I'm drinking glittery wine, I want to show that off. I'm not gonna be in the basement of my house
take pictures
at 11 o'clock.
I'm gonna
be in my Speedo, like front of the cul-de-sac, just like drinking glittery wine and showing it off.
It's really sweet. That's all I know.
Like a big dick in a locker room, dude. Like, that's how you have to drink glittery wine.
That's
so you guys really used to do a podcast, taste testing beers, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What was your favorite beer that you got to taste?
Mangost.
Hands down.
Right there, Mangost.
Mangost from
Tattered Flag
Brewery. It was a mango IPA with ghost pepper chili, and you wouldn't think it was good, but it was probably the best IPA I've ever had in my life.
But generally speaking, you guys didn't like the IPAs, if I remember.
I mean, I
Right?
was I
To
was a
start off,
decent
I hated
fan.
them.
Joey hated
I
them
grew
and then
into
grew
them.
to like them, and Tori absolutely hated them. But I think IPAs, to me anyway, everybody wants to get into the IPA situation now, and you've got so many microbreweries popping up, and you got a lot of different options now that you didn't have before. And I think like 80% of IPAs I'm probably not going to like, right? I'm either going to be like, I'll drink it, but it's not the best, or I don't fucking like this. But
My thing is, I just like them because of the high percentage.
it is. That's a nice thing too.
Like,
But they are pretty pricey with that high percentage.
yeah, that
But
does
the
suck.
thing is, the 20%. So you got the 80% that are either like, I can drink this, but I don't really like it. The 20% that you like, you're going to like a lot. So that's how I feel about the IPA thing. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't structured as much as like I wanted it to be. So, and I think we have a lot more options around here, and we can work around it. So
Manghost.
It's called Tattered Flag Brewery. Joey actually like spent real money on that place.
Yeah, about
They're a
a shirt,
veteran-owned
glass.
company. They're all veterans that work there and operate
awesome.
it. They have their own distillery, so they make vodka and they make things like that, and then they make like food. They do food and they do like awesome beer. So
They're real big into making hand sanitizer now.
yeah, well,
They
I think
turned their brewery or steelwork or whatever into making hand sanitizer for the times.
That's
Well,
awesome.
Yeah.
So I would say if I was to plug any brewery, like even if I was to just plug one and say like you need to try this one, it would be between that and Lancaster.
And the
Like
food looks
between-
amazing. I haven't made it down there yet.
What's that?
The food looks amazing.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
still follow them on Facebook.
now that I think about it, like Mangos was probably my favorite IPA, but as far as favorite brewery goes, I would say Lancaster Brewery by far.
They did have some good ones.
They put out bangers, and they put out so many bangers. It's so good.
Right on. Well, I'm drinking Clorox, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, you're
my
doing your
taste
part,
buds are
dude.
shot. So I was just curious, though. My favorite one was, I think you guys liked the most, was the pickle juice vodka. It wasn't even a beer. You guys loved that.
Yeah,
You
we
remember
did the
that?
pickle juice vodka. I think does
Pickles
somebody
Puff.
still
Made me
have
want to
that?
try a shot. I'll tell you that.
Do I have it?
I might have I think you gave me a little bottle of it.
Did I?
Alex, you
Yeah.
should still have the 5th.
I might have the 5th, and then I think I gave
Yeah,
you.
give me a second. I'll go look at my fridge real quick.
Yeah, go do that. If you have it, give it to me, and then I'll give it to Tyler.
I mean, if you like pickles, you'll love it.
It's really salty though, man.
It is
that
salty.
that was a rough. I think you know what I was thinking though. I think you put a little bit of like hot sauce in there, like you pour a shot.
Well, whenever that originally first happened, they said they were in the process of making a spicy version.
Dude, that'd be tits.
But, I mean, I sent them a message the other day, seeing if they could do anything for this podcast, but never heard back. So that would have been nice to hear back from that, though.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
My phone, man, it sucks.
Well, we just had to take a little bit of a pause, and Tyler resumed the dong first position.
Oh, damn it, dude.
Man, dude.
Making him self-conscious. Look at him. He's blushing.
Better?
Yeah.
How's
No,
that?
actually, I think we prefer legs open.
Dong first.
Yeah,
Right in your face.
first. Like you're jumping in a pool, dude. So yeah, I think that I do think it's the whole sports thing, the whole NASCAR. I think just sports are going to be strange this year. I think they really are. I think no matter
What does everyone
what,
think about Little League World Series?
It saddens me to the core because I love watching those 12-year-olds hit dingers.
I am like, whenever that comes on, I'm more likely to watch that versus pro.
Oh, for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's just fun to watch.
Well, and it happens literally like an hour and a half from our
Yeah,
residence.
Yeah.
like I've been there, I think, a couple times.
Yeah, I've been there too. It's
Driven past a
crazy,
few
dude.
times, but never.
Yeah,
Didn't the Mid-Atlantic team, like the team that would be from Pennsylvania area, I guess, or Pennsylvania would be in that group? Mid-Atlantic team. They did really well last year, didn't they? Didn't they win the, like, at least for the United States anyway?
Yeah, I think they
I don't
almost
remember.
made it.
I don't remember.
Honestly, I don't either. I think
Yeah.
Dong Hwan Ko won it for the Taiwanese, though.
Oh, Jesus. It's always the Asian teams that
I'm
get it.
making
They're
that
so
up.
good at baseball.
Japan's
I'm
always
making
good.
that up.
Japan.
I want to see a North Korean ball team, dude.
Mhm.
You know what, though? Like, I was thinking about it, and we were going into that, like, whole if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying thing. And, like, I would, like anybody that tells me that they shouldn't, like, have steroids in baseball, like, try and tell me that Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco and Sammy Sosa weren't, like, the most electrifying fucking athletes
Preach, brother.
Absolutely.
in the 90s. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
just
dude,
need to
like,
make it available for everyone. Then it's
but
equal.
yeah, I think it should be. I think everybody, like you have the option to do it. If you want
If
to,
you choose
can
not
do it.
to, then hey.
You choose not to, like, good on you. But, like, steroids
like,
all around, dude. I'm
we should
saying,
do-
like, I want to see Mike Tyson go at some dude.
I want to see
hyped up.
Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame, damn it.
Oh,
Now,
give me, like, regular Olympics and then
Hey,
steroid
no.
Olympics,
the
and then
steroid
we'll see which
Olympics.
one gets watched more.
It's
Like,
called
track
the
and field.
UFC.
That's the
Nobody's
fucking
watching track and
XFL,
field
dude.
events.
That's
But
the
if you
XFL.
see, Usain Bolt's running crazy fast, but if you can see somebody that can run faster, maybe I'll watch that.
I don't know if steroids
Blink
will
of an
help you
eye,
run
and this guy's
faster.
across the finish line.
Dude, he was running like 23 mile an hour, wasn't he? Like, this is
Well,
fucking
could you imagine if he
insane.
was on steroids? He'd probably get 27 mile an hour.
Yeah, I guarantee he probably was, dude. They really testing runners. Like, who gives a shit about runners being tested?
I'm
you know?
getting disconnected again.
If you're on steroids, you're going to build muscle. Building muscle makes it slower.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Dude,
That's why they're all slim.
Yeah, but this is the issue that people don't understand. Is like, you don't just take steroids and get hella jacked.
No,
You know what I
gotta
mean?
put the
Like,
work in.
you don't just put like you're literally like you're working just as hard. Basically, all steroids is just boosting your hormones.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part. I mean, like, yeah, it kind of dicks with some other stuff going on, but if you're making $30 million a year, like, yeah, you're willing to pay that price. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same way I feel about, like, the whole like hitting people, the whole NFL trying to be safer and whatnot. It's not as fun. It's not as fun anymore. And the issue that I have with that, if you want to do it at a collegiate level, you want to do it at a level like that, where, like, it's supposed to be an institute of learning and you're, doing sports as an extracurricular activity, that's fine. But, like, dude, I don't care if some dude making $50 million a year gets a concussion. Like, he knew what he was signing up for.
See, the thing is, they don't probably care either, NFL. But the problem is now they're getting sued by players and stuff.
But yeah, you got the
So they're just
CTE
saving
shit.
their own ass.
Yeah, like, players and their families obviously care.
I don't know. I don't know. To an
Where'd he
extent.
go?
Well, he kept saying something about it. I think he said something about his phone dying, so he probably went to go plug it in somewhere.
Yeah, maybe he's plugging in.
Tyler disappeared again.
Plug it in. Well, what we could do is we could wrap this up a little bit. This could be like our part 1. And we could come back with part 2.
Deuce.
Part 2.
Duh.
And we can come back with that here in a minute. And there's plenty of other stuff that we can talk about.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, we got Kim Jong-un.
I saw they just released that he's alive.
No.
Aliens, dude.
North
Aliens,
Korea
dude.
released it.
Yeah,
Aliens, dude.
That was air quotation marks.
Okay, listen. Let's save all this white hot fire takes for part 2. All right.
Okay.
So you heard it here. You heard it now. You heard it this week. You love it. You like it. You know you do because you're listening. We want to thank everybody who's kind of stuck with us, is listening to us, and we're hoping that you're sharing this with your friends. You're sharing it with your family. You're putting it on your the Book of Faces and all that good stuff, and your Twitters. And if you have anything that you want us to discuss throughout the week, you see something in the news and you're like, oh hell, what's on the tube should talk about this. Send it our way. And I can't guarantee an intelligent response, but I can guarantee a response.
We're full of responses.
So so it has been real, has been fun. It's been really fun. Joey, what do you got?
Check you later.
Brandon,
I got
know you've
nothing.
been working on this all week
Nope.
because, dude, this has been like 3 months.
What
I
about
know.
Old Faithful?
Later's
Yeah,
on
you're
the
gonna have to bust it
Monday.
out. You're just gonna have to deal with that one.
I already did.
Good Lord. All right. Well, goodbye. I love you, and stay tuned for episode 1, part 2, coming out
Fuck that up.
in a couple days. Yeah, well, shit happens, Joey.
It does.
You can't be beautiful, smart, and get your talking right at all times. So it'd just be unfair for the rest of you people on this podcast.
One at a time.
All right. Have fun.